Quando decem fratres venerunt, when the 10 brothers came, in conspectum Josepi, into the sight of Joseph, ipse non cognitus est ab eis, he was not known by them. Sed ille agnovit eos, but he knew them. Noluit indicare, he would not declare. Statum, immediately. Quis esset, who he was. Sed interrogavit eos, tanquam alienos, but he questioned them as if strangers. Dixit, he said, eis, to them, unde, whence, or from where, venistis, have you come? Illi responderunt, they answered, profecti sumus, we have departed, regione, from the region, Cananis, of Canaan, ut imamus, that we may buy frumentum, corn. Non est ita, it is not so. Inquit Josephus, said Joseph, venistis huc hostili animo, ye have come hither with a hostile mind. Vultis, ye wish explorare, to explore, nostras urbes, our cities, et loca Aegypti, and the places of Egypt. Sed illi dixerunt, but they said, minime, by no means. Sumus duodecim fratres, we are 12 brothers, et meditamur nihil mali, and we meditate nothing of evil. Minimus, the youngest, retentus est domi, is retained at home, a nostro padre, by our father. Et alius est non, and another is not. Benjaminus natus erat, ex eadem matre, qua Josephus. Benjamin was born from the same mother from which Joseph was. Idio erat longe cario ei, quam caeteri fratres. Therefore he was far more dear to him than the rest of the brothers. Et angebat eum, and it grieved him, quod Benjaminus non aderat cum illis, that Benjamin was not present with them. Tamen, however, iusit, he ordered, eorum, there, saccos impleri tritico, their sacks to be filled with wheat. De inde demisit eos, then he dismissed them, praeta, except Simeon, quem, whom, retenuit obsidem, he retained as a hostage, donec aducerent Benjaminum, until they should bring Benjamin, itaque fratres Josepi profecti sunt, the brothers of Joseph departed, et cum venisint ad patrem, and when they had come to their father, narrarunt ei, they related to him, omnia, all things, quae acciderant sibi, which had happened to them. Ut senex audivit Benjaminum accessi, when the old man heard that Benjamin was sent for, by praefector Aegypti, the prefect of Egypt, ille ploravit, he wept. Fecistis me, album liberis, you have made me destitute of children. Dixit, he said, Josephus mortuus est, Joseph is dead. Simeon retentus est in Aegypto, Simeon is retained in Egypt. Et vultus abducere Benjaminum, and you wish to take away Benjamin? Sed non demitam eum, but I will not send him. Tamen, however, postquam cibi, quos autolerant, however, after the food which they had brought, consumpti sunt, was consumed, Jacobus dixit filiis, Jacob said to his sons, profiskimini, go, iterum, again, in Aegyptum, into Egypt, ut imatis cibum, that ye may buy food. Qui, who, responderunt, answered, non possumus, we cannot, adire praefectum Aegypti sine Benjamino, approach the prefect of Egypt without Benjamin. Enim, for, ipse iusit sum adoci ad se, he himself ordered him to be brought to him. Tunc, then, Benjaminus, Benjamin, profectus est, went, cum fratribus, with his brothers, in Aegyptum, into Egypt. Cum notiatum est Josepo, then it was told to Joseph, eos dem viros advenice, that the same men had come, et cum eis Paulum fratre, and with them the little brother, usit eos introduci, he ordered them to be introduced. Ille ploravit eos clemente, he saluted them mildly, et interrogavit eos, and questioned them, senex, the old man, vester pater, your father, we witne ad hoc, does he live yet? Fratres responderunt, the brothers answered, noster pater salvus est, our father is well, or safe, et vivit ad hoc, and lives yet? Tunc Josephus, then Joseph, oculis conjectis in Benjaminum, his eyes being cast upon Benjamin, dixit, said, est hic vester minimus frater, is this your youngest brother, qui remanserat domi cum patre, who had remained at home with your father? Illi responderunt, they answered, est noster minimus frater, it is our youngest brother. Rulsus Josephus dixit, again Joseph said, Deus sit propitius tibi, mi fili, God be propitious to you, my son. Et abiit festinans, and he went out hastening. Lacrimaeque, and tears, erompebunt, burst forth. Sed regressus est cito, but he returned soon. Et usit cibos aponi, and he ordered meat to be placed before them. Tum Josephus fecit se cognitum suis fratribus. Then Joseph made himself known to his brothers, et dixit eis, and said to them, Ego sum Josephus, I am Joseph, meus pater, we witne ad hoc, my father, does he live yet? Fratres, his brothers, non poterant, were not able, respondere huic, to answer him. Turbati, being troubled, ad eos conspectum, at his appearance. Quibus, to whom? Ille inquit, he said, clemente, mildly, accedere prope ad me, approach near to me, et cum accisis sent prope, and when they had approached near, dixit, he said, Ego sum vester frate Josephus, I am your brother Joseph, quem vendidistis in Aegyptum, whom ye sold into Egypt. Nunc ne sitis errati vobiscum, now be not angry with yourselves, quod vendidistis me, because ye sold me, enim Deus misit me ante vos, for God sent me before you pro vestra salute, for your safety. Voluntate Dei, by the will of God, missus sum hoc, I have been sent hither, ut vitae multorum serarientur, that the lives of many might be saved. Fama de adventu fratrem Josepi, the report of the coming of the brothers of Joseph, perinit ad ares regis, came to the ears of the king, qui dedit eis monera, who gave to them gifts, perferenda ad patrem, to be carried to their father, cum his mandatis, with these commands, adducite huc vestrum patrem, bring hither your father, et omnem eos familiam, and all his family, et omnes opes Aegypti erant vestrae, and all the riches of Egypt shall be yours. Tunc fratres Josepi festinantes, then the brothers of Joseph, hastening, reversi sunt ad suum patrem, returned to their father. Nuntiavitque ei, and told to him Josephum, that Joseph, vire, lived, et esse principem totius Aegypti, and was the prince of all Egypt. At quem nuntium, at which news, Jacobus recepit animum, Jacob recovered courage, et inquit and said, See, if Josephus, Joseph, ad hoc vivit, yet lives, ebo, I will go, et videbo, and I will see, eum, him, antequam moria, before I die. Icitor perfectus est cum sua familia, therefore he went with his family. Et cum viderat, and when he had seen Josephum, Joseph, addidit, he added, Nunc moria in pace, now I will die in peace. Quaniam, since, liquid mihi, it has been allowed to me, frui conspector tui, to enjoy the sight of thee, et relinquor te supersitem, and I leave thee surviving. Abrahamus appellatus est amicus Dei. Abraham was called the friend of God. Ut tentaret eos fidem, that he might try his faith, et obedientiam, and obedience. Deus dixit ei, God said to him, Tole, take tuum unicum filium Isaacum, take thy only son, Isaac, quem diliges, whom thou lovest, et vade, and go, in terram visionis, into the land of vision, atque offer eum in sacrificium super ornum, and offer him in sacrifice upon one montium of the mountains, quem, which, monstravo tibi, I will show to you. Igitor Abrahamus, therefore Abraham, surgens der nocte, rising by night, stravit suum asinum, saddled his ass, duxitque secum duos juvenes, and led with him 2 youths, et Isaacum suum filium, and Isaac his son, et cum concedisset lignum in sacrificium, and when he had cut the wood in sacrifice, abiit in locum, he went into a place, quem Deus praeceperat ei, which God had commanded to him. Tertio die itineris, on the 3rd day of the journey, vidit locum procul, he saw the place at a distance, et dixit suis, and said to his servants, Expectate hic, cum asinor, wait here with the ass. Ego, I, et meus, and my, filius, son, ibimus illuc, will go hither, over there, et postquam, and after, adoramus, we have worshipped, Deum, God, retemor ad vos, we will return to you. Ubi venerat ad locum, when they had come to the place, Abrahamus edificavit altare, Abraham built an altar, et posuit ligna super altare, and placed the wood upon the altar. Cum ligaset, when he had bound, Isaacum, Isaac, suum filium, his son, posuit eum, he placed him super ligna, upon the wood. Tum extendit suum manum, then he stretched out his hand, et aripuit gladium, and took a sword, ut immolarit filium, that he might sacrifice his son. Et ecce, and behold, angelus Domini, the angel of the Lord, caelo, from heaven, clamavit, exclaimed, dicens, saying, Abraham, 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 qui respondit, who answered, ad sum, I am here. Dixitque ei, and he said to him, ne extendas tuam manum super purum, do not extend thy hand upon the boy, neque facias quidquam illi, nor do anything to him. Jam vedio, now I see, te temere Deum, that thou fearest God, cum non perpercuris, since thou hast not spared tuo unico filio propter me, thy only son, because of me, et Abrahamus vidit post turgum arietem, and Abraham saw behind his back a ram, hyrentum cornibus, in sepe, sticking by the horns in a hedge, quem assumpsit, which he took, et obtulit pro filio, and offered for his son.